Yeah, Sunfire lives. Have a look at that, right? How cool, right? Wrong. Fuck this show. Worst kept secret ever. Sunfire obviously was going to be alive. This show's... I can't stand it anymore. The Westerosi Express teleporting is so absurd now. It went from a thing that you can criticize as an aberration to somewhat of like the norm to now a superpower. It's not even the norm. It's to be expected in ways that you shouldn't think is possible. In this episode 7 of season 3, Aegon has a dream. This idiot. He has a dream that his mum shows up ready to fuck him. Because, so controversial, the incest. Yeah, we could do without the cool controversy and the fucking weird, disgusting shit that somehow keeps everyone talking like incest and the beheadings of good moral characters and all this. If you just had stuff that made sense. She teleports into Harrenhal ready to get it on with her son, and then he comes to and it was a vision. He's really rooting the witch, and he's distraught because he thought he was up his mum, but he wasn't. So he staggers down a little cobblestone hallway in Harrenhal, the largest castle complex in Westeros, but it feels like it's a little courtyard, one dinner table, and this bedroom in this show. Anyway, and you're thinking, oh, fucking hell, here she is. She doesn't just teleport to Harrenhal, she teleports into his room, and he wakes from the vision, and you're like, oh, okay. At least it's not that absurd. So he gets to his little cobblestone street, turns around, she's there. In the real flesh. So she did teleport there. And it's not just that. There's characters teleporting everywhere, entire armies teleporting. In the last episode, Ormond Hightower's crew teleporting down to the Stepstones or around that vicinity to just kidnap Corlys. How'd you get there? How'd you know where he was? How did any of that happen? You got him back. It's cross-continental travel. It doesn't just skip the travel stage. You skip over them getting into the city, the meeting and introduction of their interlocutor or counterpart in their next scenes. We're like meeting them scenes deep. They've met, they've spoken, and 3 weeks have gone past, and now we've just cut from like the Stepstones to Ormond and Corlys having a dinner, and it's already established he's been in his cell for a while, and it's so dumb. And I haven't been a fan of this show for quite a while, but I'm only now making this video because the dumbest fucking shit ever, the sacrilege of having a dragon battle, which just like without the dragons, this show is a smoldering pile of excrement. And I can't find a fucking good dragon picture in this fucking clip, sorry. But, this dumb shit as well. Yeah, look at these two fucking idiots. Go on, YouTube, go on! Get to it, quick! Quickly! There you go. But anyway, you have this dragon battle. Daemon and his daughter, Rhaena, who got Jace killed and murdered a bunch of innocent people on Sheepstealer. Then Rhaenyra and Adam show up. And it makes you think, like, what was the point of any of this? This bitch gets a dragon. The dragon causes havoc, so she flees to the Fingers and the Eyrie and the mountains around it, only to have Daemon go, let's go to Rhaenyra. She'll be merciful. I'll vouch for you. And she'll be like, you only want to be a father to me now. Well, you were never there before, so fuck you. Only in this scene to be going, I'm going to go to Rhaenyra after killing Vhagar. He's like, that's what I offered. Come with me now. No, then Rhaenyra lands and 3 dragons have a fight with Sheepstealer. Like, what was the point in any of this? So she gets the dragon, finds it, causes shit, only to lose the dragon now. And there will be fucking... If there's consequences for it, it'll be made like it's a tragedy against her, a betrayal against her. Like, has she not paid enough? Has she not paid enough? Like, Baela sees... Rhaena after the fact in King's Landing, and she's like, you will be renewed, or whatever the fuck she says, and gives her a hug. It's like, oh, this bitch got your fiance killed. Like, and Sheepstealer grabbing Syrax around the fucking throat, death gripping it, and then it's like, nah, Syrax is all good, and the others maiming and wounding each other while the most retarded group of fuckheads you've ever met execute the dumbest argument and capture, escape plan, meet-up, whatever you want to call it, in history. Total bullshit. And then they fly off. Rhaenyra flies off with Rhaena, and Shovel Chin goes, escorts the queen. I'll take care of Sheepstealer. Caraxes, kill him! And then Caraxes fails to do that. So, you had it pinned with 3, now you're down to 2 dragons, but then you send the other dragon away and then you fail to kill it for a fight that shouldn't have happened and will now have no consequences for anyone but the fucking cool-ass dragons. While Helena's there freaking out. I think it's the dragons that change us. Oh, cool. Yeah, sick. There shouldn't be dragons in this show. And then no one would watch it and it could just fail. Can you seriously, like, imagine it's not dragons. Imagine it's just a blood rite that they're talking about. An ancient rite derived from just royal decree that they've made up from some gods. And then look at the story, what's happening in it. Who would watch this shit? So Rhaena's gonna go... Like, what's the difference here, right? When Daemon goes, oh, yeah, sorry, I didn't tell you about me daughter. I didn't want her to get killed. And Rhaenyra's like, what kind of monster do you take me for? Okay, so now you know Rhaena got your son Jace killed. So what's the difference between Rhaena and Aemond? Remember, yeah, Aemond was riding Vhagar, cool. He didn't want to kill Jace. Vhagar did that. Vhagar went the extra mile when Arrax threw a little fire spit on Vhagar's face, and Vhagar went, fuck that noise, you're dead. What would be the difference? Why is Aemond the most fucking hated, evil fucking character? Why is Aemond's mum portrayed as anything other than a fucking sick, demented, evil cunt who destroyed her children's lives? They pay lip service to it, where she mentions it, but it's not an admission of pure guilt. It's like the character utters it like, Daeron is the only one that was raised without me. Perhaps that's the best. And other characters around her give it like the old, oh no, don't say that, like you're just such a good mum. The worst. She started it. This piece of shit is responsible for most of the death happening here. And she's gonna kill him. This bullied little fucking boy who took her lead. And now he's rogue in that. As a fully fledged adult psycho, now he's morally accountable. True. But what about this accountability? No, don't worry about that. Oh, and then for Rhaenyra, this she goes into the White Worm thing. I was thinking, oh, she cut herself on the throne last episode. Finally, maybe they're gonna like make her a character we can assess fairly instead of having her be the dumbest spastic on earth. But the show continually tries to portray her like she's doing all that she can in this world of men. I think even Alicent said something like, "Would you hold me responsible for the decisions of men?" Huh? Anyway, I thought, yeah, Rhaenyra's finally going to lose her mind. She's going to go shank someone. But instead, she goes to get her puss licked by the White Worm, another character whose continued survival defies believability or imagination. Show's so fucking dumb. Ulf's turning, guys. Didn't see that coming. Every single scene he's been shat on. Like, yeah, he's a kind of goofy idiot, but that's foreshadowing. It's so subtle. So subtle. I'm surprised no one was sexually assaulted in this episode, or the attempt. This is how this show lets you know this show lets you know a character's morally dubious, because everyone is a cooked, fried idiot. But the showrunners have decided that, like, Rhaenyra's sympathetic, Alicent's sympathetic, the White Worm is sympathetic, and everyone else is a fucking... Oh, except all the Velaryons, they're great too. They're the best. Not morally compromised at all. So those three and that house are just the best, and everyone else is fried. And it's like, how do you navigate in a world where everyone's kind of, ethically and morally ambiguous? And they're like, oh, well, in this scene, this character's going to try and assault another character sexually, and that's how you'll know they're actually the bad person. Oh, Rhaenyra's small council, it's laughable. The situation she's in, that she can hold that seat in King's Landing with a small council that she knows nothing about who they are, cobbled together with no treasury, but it's diverse as fuck. I don't know when the ethnic genocide happens in Westeros, but by the time A Night of the Seven Kingdoms happens and then Game of Thrones, yeah, the landscape doesn't look like this, so it's weird, man. This show's so strange. Like, you obviously, like, you see all the diversity in it and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, yeah, I know. Let's just get past that lest we be cast as the worst audience in history and try and enjoy the show. And it's this muddled, horrific, putrid fucking screen vomit. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Oh, and Corlys's finger got sent to Adam. Or Alan, sorry. And oh no, so serious. It's so dumb how any of this is getting about. They treat keeps, like the Great Keep at King's Landing and the inner sanctum of Harrenhal. Like, Alicent poisons... She successfully poisons Aemond alone. There may as well be 3 people living in a castle that's circumference would take up the entire suburb that I live in. She just gets in and out. There's no one there. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? See you later. And he's going to live. But they don't show any of that tension. I thought at least they would try to put that tension in, like... But instead, it's just he said, she said. Your mother wishes you ill. Oh, yeah, well, I'm trying to fuck me, mum, so careful what you say. And then he drinks the thing and then goes staggering in the room like, I'm just going to make something up with no verification and just pure speculation, just because I owe this show no charity at this point, so I'll just talk shit about it and make up my own theories. This show had a Homelander problem. In season 1 and 2, Aemond was cool as fuck. This bullied little guy who got his eye fucking gouged out. He was picked on and everything. And, oh, yeah, but he did this. Like, yeah, as a kid. So they all grew up and learned from their mistakes. But then he claimed Vhagar as a boy as well. And he's this great sword fighter. And remember the presence he had? They had shots. There were memes in season 1 where Aemond would just be sitting in front of the fire not talking. And it was like, holy fuck, he's got a bit of Tywin Lannister about him in the sense of gravitas and pull in a scene. Some actors can just do that. Some characters just have that. He was lucky enough to get that. I think that they were like, oh no, we're going to have that again where the fans think this is the best character in the show. So they turn him into this stumbling, clumsy fuckhead. Like when he lays siege to Harrenhal on Vhagar and she's burning the shit out of everything and he comes carving his way through and then just goes, I'll just turn me back on these guys for a second. Gets stabbed in the back as you would expect, but it's so obvious and stupid. You're thinking, well, obviously he's safe because the show's not that dumb that they're going to let him get stabbed in the back. And now it's like, well, surely he doesn't drink the shit from his mum, like just because he's got that sick lust for her. And then he comes staggering in. And they play it off for like comedy, like the witch rolls her eyes like, stupid boy. Kill all of them. Kill all Targaryens. What a fucking disgrace. And these guys aren't even famous, like, in the sense that if you're from a noble house, it takes some telling of your story. There might be some traits. They're like celebrities in our world now. Like, Tywin Lannister is just walking around and people are like, holy fuck, you're Tywin Lannister. I just know ya. No preamble, no, do I know you? Letting establish a bit of, how could you possibly know me? Oh, you were at the tourney of da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Nah. Anyway, there is so much more to bitch about this show, but that's all I wanted to say. And it took seeing awesome dragons fighting and killing each other in the most pathetic setup of all time. It's a disservice to dragons as a fake animal. And it's a disservice to all the fans that read the books and now have yet another group of studio executives deciding they know better. Oh, look at this too. I almost forgot. Ryan Condal defending his changes from House of the Dragon. It continued to deviate from the source material in the latest episode, but the director has controversially insisted the changes were necessary. Necessary is an interesting choice of words. Not it's more convenient, it's necessary. And they cite Helaena. Of course the media cites Helaena, because their problem is she's not badass enough. Now, we finally got to see Dreamfire in a dream sequence of Helaena, and that dragon looks insanely cool, like all of them do. But they're like, we want her to be more badass, girl power. And it's like, I actually side with you on that. That would be sweet. Not for that reason, but just do whatever the books say. You're adapting. You're adapting. Where do we get from a help evolve there to help characters evolve from storylines? Okay, I'll go with what the author thinks, actually. I know it's a very controversial thing to say for diehards, but I think some of the storylines that you're going to see in episode 7 that'll carry into 8 were really executed strongly by the writers. That's not the point. By the way, it's not true. The actors are doing their jobs. That is who gets the credit, because their trade is to act and convey a fictional character in a convincing way, and they do it. This bit, the writers, fuck off. Piss off. Yeah, I side with George Martin. Yep. What else does it say here? Oh yeah, Condell's disappointed because Martin's shitting all over his show and has been. Oh yeah. It's one of my great honors. It's a great privilege to have worked and butchered his material. Oh, Georgie himself is a monument, a literary icon in addition to a personal hero. Imagine this fucking sentence here. Imagine if you met someone that you hold in this esteem and then you do this to their work. It's an incomplete history. Joining of the dots, not totally rewriting it. A lot of invention, not reinvention. Look, I tried to include him in the changing of his stuff that he already wrote. And he didn't want to. The practical issues. See, this is what I thought they said. I'd heard this elsewhere, and here it is. He became unwilling to acknowledge the practical issues. It's not practical. He's the writer. Give him the sway. You have the writer of the material who, as we learnt from Game of Thrones, as soon as you deviate, it's fucked. Oh, yeah, well, it's his fault because he didn't write the books. Well, the studios didn't even have to greenlight the whole thing in hindsight, did they? In a world where the shows are this egregious, we don't need them, period, when you just have the books. So have him as the writer and give him the deadline. It has to be done in this way. So then if it does go sideways, the very least you can say is it was from the author and it's his fault. I just have to keep marching on with the writing process going forwards. Fuck off. Anyway, this show's cooked. So dumb. So fucking dumb and stupid. House of the Dickhead. See ya.